Hello, welcome back. Last time I got 2 more puzzles done, and had a real good time with them, as usual. So I'm seeing hints here that I'm probably going to get access to different node types in a moment, possibly in this very next puzzle. Well, it's not time to read about them yet. Let's just see what's here in Sequence Reverser. New program. Yes, stack memory node. This first. So August 20th, 2004, when I get into a groove working on this machine, it feels like I'm in the presence of another being that understands me. Forget all about life that pains me and drags me down. I want to be a I want to be a tessellated intelligence. Take inputs, process. Take inputs, process. Take process. Perceive, understand. So what killed Uncle Randy, was that his name? Yeah, Uncle Randy, was that he turned into a computer. That's a twist. Sequences are 0 terminated. Hang on, I need to read about these. Stack memory node. Documentation. Tell me what's up with those. Hang on, so this ends at example programs. Gotcha. Right. Stack memory node enables read-write access to a large number of values according to a simple stack-based communication protocol. Model-specific manual, find the capacity on a particular device. Got it, okay. So I don't know their capacity necessarily. All interaction is performed through ports, naturally. What do the ports look like? What you'd expect. Writing adds a value to the top of the stack. If it's full... Oh. So it can get full. If it's full, the write will block until space becomes available. Reading from the stack removes the top value from the stack and produces that value. Wait, so it's a LIFO? If the stack is empty, the read will block until a value is available. Adds a value to the top of the stack, removes the top value from the stack. It's a LIFO. Okay. So it's not a queue, of course. Right. It's a stack, not a queue. Gotcha. Stack memory nodes are typically connected to multiple other nodes. Use any connected node, simultaneous reads and writes, resolve in an undefined order. All right. So this is a place where synchronization could become important. Fascinating. All right, so that would be a reason to use no-op if I need to, like, make sure that I'm alternating between writes on these two and then reading on this one, for example, and it doesn't land on a write instruction for both of these at the same time. So, like, if I'd insert one no-op to offset the phase of these two as they're running, then I could do write, and get them in a known order, rather than, well, but then that will block if that gets full. Okay, all right, well, storage nodes and multi-nodes effectively, tessellated intelligence system, best practices, patterns of node communication. I'm guessing I don't have this separate document. Random access memory node is not yet available. Oh. Okay. I see. Alright, so stack memory. To do, figure out who sold TIS-100 to swap meet dealer. Rebuild signal multiplier. Ooh, hold on. Signal multiplier. Next puzzle. I see. Ooh, I'm going to have to do multiplication. That shouldn't be too bad if it's by integer amounts. That's fine. Hope I don't have to do division. I was thinking about, like, how you would implement division with this instruction set. It would not be easy. I'm honestly not sure how you would do it. Like, that's a pretty serious puzzle in itself. Look for book of micro-optimization tips. Renew license plate tags. Okay. Embedded interactive debugger. Okay, gotcha. Whoa. 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 Oh. Okay, so that's F1, instruction set quick reference. Neat. I don't have to leave the, go look at the PDF for this. F2, did nothing. View anti-tamper certification status. Question mark, question mark. Does that do something somewhere? Does it do something in like... No, it's doing nothing. Okay, well, I'm as baffled about that as Randy. Begin running, step or pause. Oh, whoa, there are breakpoints? Oh, there are breakpoints. Cool. So yeah, last time in Sequence Peak Detector was the first time I actually had to debug a program. All my others just worked or had a very obvious flaw that I could fix and make them just work. Okay, so there are breakpoints. Cool. That's nice. All right, so now I know that. All right, not at visualization yet, but there is documentation for when I care about that. All right, sequence reverser. Sequence reverser. Sequences are zero terminated. Read a sequence from in, reverse the sequence, write the sequence to out. Okay. Sure, sounds good. There are 2 stack memory nodes here. I think I only need one of them. I guess just pick the one with the more convenient layout. This has 3 nodes adjacent to it. This one's not any closer. Yeah, I see no obvious reason I would use this node. There's probably a non-obvious reason I might be interested. Okay. So read and store until... Yeah, I'll get there. So I want this to just sit and block on this until... Oh, hang on. Pretty sure that's about what I want to do. Yeah, so just shove all your values in there. Do I want to put the 0 there? I don't think I actually do. No, I think I had this right before. Okay. I think this is a simple introductory puzzle just to show how these work. Well, no, hang on. Don't I need to know how many... Oh, yeah, I need to... Oh, this is fascinating. I need to know how many to read. I need to pass along the sequence length here. Okay, I can do that. Move up, ACK. Jez signal. Move ACK right. Jump loop signal, move 1 down. Move up, ACK. No. Wait, but this is not signal. This is... hold on. Okay, no, I understand. I know what to do. Jez signal. Here we go. Move up, ACK. Sure, this sounds right. This will make sense momentarily. Here. No, hang on. Okay, so if it is 0, no, hang on. So move up, ACK, move ACK, right. Let me reverse these because I'm confusing myself. 0 is my signal. Undefined label signal, that's fine. I have a plan. I think I know what I'm doing. I don't really need to swap. I can just save. So in back, you are going to count. I'm going to add 1 to back every time you send a message. And you're going to send a message here every time you store a value here. So I'm going to... The count of sequence length goes into the back buffer of this node. Right? So move up into ACK. If it is 0, then I go here and I communicate the count to this node. Sounds right? Right? Okay. So I read from this. If it's my signal, then I send my count over here. If it's not the signal, I add 1 to ACK and save it in back, having first read what the current value of back is. Okay, so here's a thing I need to do. There we go. All right. So then I reset it to 0. That's your sequence length. Great. Okay, so move left into ACK. Sub 1 swap no wait, I can't swap yet. Sub 1 jez. No, I do want to swap. Sounds right, right? All right, so let's run through this. Read a value from in. It's not, the first one's not going to be 0. So read a value from in, move that value to the right. So place it onto the stack. Then every time you place a value onto the stack, send a 1 down here. And continue reading values and doing that. Once you run into a 0, send a 0 down here. Okay? And then after that, continue with what you're doing. Sure. Oh, you need... Okay, a couple of things. Whoa, yeah, I didn't finish this program. This is unfinished. Okay, that's fine. I can run through the rest of this first. So you read a value from here, whichever signal you're going to send. If it is 0, let's rename that for something a bit better. And you know what? Let's do it here too, just because I want consistency. So sequence ends. All right, so read a value from here. If the signal is 0, then it's the end of the sequence. And I want to... Okay, but it's not going to be 0 initially. So I want to swap. So I want to operate on back, add 1, then put it into ACK. Sure, and I don't care what's in ACK at that point. I'm done with that value. I go back to the loop and keep doing that. All right, so just add 1 to back each time. Okay, if it is 0, then I want to access back, send back what was in back over to here, and then reset it to 0 and start from here. Sure. Okay, so I think these two programs are done. So this one is going to listen for something from here. The something that it listens to is a number of values to read, a sequence length. It's going to subtract 1 from the length, then store that in back. I don't need back at all here. This is completely unnecessary. You can just use the ports as storage for this. You don't need any additional storage. Sure. So your back register is not involved, only your ACK. Okay, great. So sub 1, move up, down, Jez restart. Wait a second. I mean, what makes more sense here? No, that's right. Otherwise, I get like an off by 1 error because I'm subtracting first. So at this point, your ACK will have 0 in it. But I still need to do this for the one that was that. Anyway. But couldn't I just... Right, since back is not involved. No, I just want to do this. I think that's a little more compact, so I'll save one instruction. Right. So I take that. No, this is wrong. No, I had it right before. It's this. Yeah, it's that. I had it right. I know what I'm doing. Right, okay. So if you have gotten 2, for example, so 2 is an ACK. I subtract 1, 1 is an ACK. I move 1 value from here to here. ACK is still 1, so I don't restart. I jump back to loop. I subtract 1, ACK is 0. I move the second value from here to here. It is now 0, so then I restart. Yes, this is correct. There might be a fewer instruction way to do this. I'm not currently thinking of one. Okay, great. So then that just shuffles it onto here. Something is wrong. Is it? What's wrong? Nothing's wrong with this. This seems right. Wait a minute. These two are going to fight for access to that. This isn't going to wait until you've done all your stuff. This is just going to go, right? I think that's what's going to go wrong here. Whoa! 14. Okay, so what happens? 22. All right, so you added one to back. Great. 84. Back is now 2. 98. Yeah. 43. 96. Yeah, I see what happened. Exactly what I predicted. So you need to send a signal all the way back here, I think. Okay, sure. Bidirectional communication. That's fine. Move 0 down. Just wait until you write a value. Okay. This can be... okay. Move 0 ACK, just sequence end, swap, move ACK right, move 0 ACK, save. I think this makes sense. So right, I do a read to the down. I don't care what value I get back, I just want to block on this port until you've finished your job. This one, after sending a signal, do as much of your work as you can there, but eventually you're going to have to block on this. Then you just do this work and then signal when you're done, and then this will continue. Okay, so I think that's all I needed. It'll slow things down a bit. Oh, neat. Look at this. I had to write a 0. Okay, sure. Okay. There. Ooh. Oh. So a 0-length sequence breaks this. Hold on, why did that happen? Show me how you get stuck. You are blocked on a read here. You're blocked on a read there. You're trying to read a value here. You're assuming that you get a non-zero. Okay, got it. Okay. So my only bug is this. Just check for the 0 first rather than at the end. Okay, sure. Now it should be good. Oh, this is cool to watch. Oh, that is satisfying. I like it. And yeah, all that had to happen to reverse the sequence, since this is a LIFO, last in, first out, just insert it into the stack all at once, then empty the stack all at once, and write it in that order, and everything's cool. All right, that was satisfying. 3 tests, random test. These are getting slower and slower. Okay, slightly higher cycle count than average, average node count, fairly higher instruction count than average. That's fine. I'm not like terribly outside those bounds. Nice. All right. Signal multiplier. So what do you have to say, Randy? August 31st, so 11 days later. At first I thought the TIS-100 was esoteric and strange, but the D0.IGN makes so much sense once you get it. It's like it was designed by a differenter kind of intelligentio. Completely different from the computers we know, but familiar too, in a way. I don't believe in New Age bunk, but I go F car help, but HLNK. It's almost as if nonsense from... it's almost as if it came from a different universe. That's what he's trying to say here. Okay, I don't know why you would say that. This seems very conventional to me. So far. What are you seeing here that I'm not? Read values from in.A and in.B. Hold on, what did he say about... No, it's not. You don't click that button. Can't find a pen right now, so I'm just going to take notes here. Looks like short-term storage. Looks like short-term storage. 1979. And now, at least, how many years later? At least like 25 years later, I'm still able to read it. Okay. Anyway, right. So what am I doing? Read values from in.A and in.B. Multiply the values, write the product out. I have access to stack memory nodes. 2 of them if I want. Multiply the values, write the product out. So just multiply A with B? I don't feel like I need a stack for that, but I might be wrong. Okay, so multiply just means I need... basically, like... Let's see if my first impulse works. Okay, well I need more registers, that's fine. This core is going to do all my work, pretty much. Multiply them, write the values to out. I should do it in this core instead, because it's closer to the thing. Well, why did I do that? That was unnecessary. Sure. Right. See if my first impulse, not using the stacks at all, just sort of works. You are storage. Move ACK left. Move ACK right. Well, no, that's this instruction. All right, so read a value, move it here. Read a value, put it in your register. So this many times, or actually no, move left to right. Oh, fascinating. Okay, no, I think I can modify my initial instinct and still have this all work. So what I want to do is do this as many times as... Oh, this isn't that simple. I don't have this many registers, do I? So I need to repeatedly add right, but how will I know when to stop? Well, okay, that's not unreasonable. Wait, no. I'm having a thought here. I'm not sure it's well formed, but I'm going to type and see how far I get. I'm overloading this, so you are storage. Both of you are storage for this. Well, you're sending signals. You're acting as storage. Well, now how do you know when to stop? Oh, hang on. No, I think this doesn't work, does it? Okay, so hang on. These are all signed values, so I can signal with negative numbers. Hold up. Okay, so what are you doing? What am I up to? Again, I had a half-formed program in my in my head, kind of an idea of what I wanted to do. Let me just give an overview before I go getting lost in the woods. Read these two values. Save them in places that I can access both of them. Use one as a counter. That many times, basically do a for loop on that to add the initial value to itself. Sounds reasonable, right? So that means that what I need to do is save this value and... Okay, so I'm saving this one in ACK. Then I'm just shuffling this all the way from here over to here. So, right, I move this value to this temporary storage. Cool. This is going to store it and do something. I need more instructions here. This is unfinished. This one might be finished. It's probably not. What I need to do is... So hang on, I'm using this to signal and this just to store. Let's work on this program. Like, I'm having trouble deciding like which part of this needs to be continued right now. So, right. I want to do this a number of times that is equal to... No, I don't want to do that at all. I want to do this a number of times that's equal to this value. I might not need this. I don't think I need this. Yeah, okay, here we go. Yes. So I move up into ACK, and I want to call this the number of times that I get... Oh, yeah, totally. What if it's a 0? There's going to be zeros both sides. Okay, so 0 might be a tough case to handle in this sort of system. No, that's fine. You can send a signal in that case. Okay, yeah, I think this makes sense. So I move up into ACK. I guess I'll probably save. Move left, ACK. All right, so move up into ACK. Okay, let me work on this program. So I'm going to listen for something from here. If it is 0, if it is 0, then what? That's fine. If it's 0, then I will write 0. So jez terminate add ack jump loop terminate what's that look like? Okay, so move up ack swap. So back buffer is where the thing is going to accumulate. When entering this loop, I move a signal from left over to here. Let's, -1 is the signal to terminate, 0 or literally anything else is the signal to continue. So any negative number terminates. A 0 or positive number will continue. Okay, so I read a signal from this. At this point, back is 1 and ack is 0 because I've swapped those. Okay. I'm going to need to reset back. Yes, that's fine. Probably. Okay, so you're 1. Oh, no. Okay, so you get 8. So this is 8, and this is 0. So I listen for something from you. Let's say you get 1, 0. So this is a 1. You're going to send a 0 when you're unfinished. Since I sent a 0, this will not happen. So I'm going to add. I guess I need to swap. Oh, problem. Here's the problem. Sure, that'll work for this. No, it won't. False. Okay. I do need additional storage here. Because I need to store the original number that I'm multiplying in addition to the accumulated value. Otherwise, it's going to just be squaring it every time rather than adding one more. Okay. So I do need to involve you. I don't yet know how you would be useful. The way I'm thinking about this does not need to involve you yet. I'm not going to try to go out of my way to involve a stack in this solution yet. But I might get there. Okay, so I do need some storage over here. I need to store the initial number, which means more signaling. Oh boy. This is one of those cases where I feel like I'm doing something that's harder than should be necessary. Because I'm not using the tools provided to me. But again, I don't have an idea about how to use the tools provided to me. I don't think I need these extras. If I have an idea about that, I'll rephrase my program to use these. But until I do, I'm just going to do this the possibly harder than necessary way. Okay. So right, I have discovered a design flaw here. What am I going to do about it? Let's pretend the design flaw doesn't exist and talk around it. Anyway. So I put that into... No, so here's what I need to do. Your back buffer is going to be the accumulated value, so it starts at 0. But I do need to move... I need to do this. Okay. So store that value over there. So initialize, store that value over there, initialize, and then take a signal from here, move left to ag. I think I can make this work. Yeah, I'm going to send a signal here to either retrieve or set a value. Okay, I understand what I'm doing. So I read your signal. If it is 0, maybe I should finish this program first. Let's finish this program first. Okay, sure. So read a value, loop. If I've started at 0, then if I've started at, when it hits 0, I'm going to move -1 to the right. That's my terminate signal. Sub1 jump loop. Sub1 move 0 right. Why did I choose 0 and -1? I don't know. That's what I chose. 0 means add the value you read from here into your accumulated value. -1 means stop doing that and send it off to the output. So this is a for loop that, this is the control flow of this adding its values to itself. All right. But at no point in here do I actually move. Yeah, so I still have to. No, I don't. No. This value never goes anywhere. This value just determines how many times the for loop runs. Yeah. You don't actually need to know about this value. You just need to be executed that number of times. Okay. This is going to be a slow program. It's fine. It should work. It'll be much faster if the large number is on the right than if it's on the left. Oh boy, have fun optimizing this one. Oh man, this would be lots of fun to optimize. Complicated. Anyway, so, well no, that would just involve swapping the two values before I do this if one of them is greater than the other. Okay, cool, yeah, so an optimization, well, but then you run into the stack memory node, so you'd have to do this. That's fine, that's doable. Sorry. So many thoughts went through my head at once. Only a few made it out in my mouth. Anyway, is this program done? Send as many zeros as the number you read from here, then send a -1. So if it's not a 0, you subtract 1 and move that until it becomes 0, then you send a -1. Yeah, sounds reasonable. So move up to, so store this over here. UR storage. Okay. I guess I'm writing this one now. So a -1 is a reset. Reset means sure. No, that's unnecessary. Reset is just this. Right? Yes. Okay. So this receives a value, puts it into back, and then loops for a while, listening for a signal that if it is 0 or greater, will return the back buffer into here. If it is less than 0, then it goes back into this state. Okay, yep, and waits for a new value to put into back. All right, so I think this program is done. I think this one is not. So move up to the right. Yeah, you're never sending any signals over here, for one thing. Move 0 into ACK. ACK is where you're going to accumulate your stuff. Oh no, I've set up a situation. Well, no. The purpose of U is not to set up a situation where I have to add back to ACK, because that's impossible, as I discovered in an earlier, as I needed to do and couldn't do because of the instruction set in an earlier program. I forget which one it was. Anyway, so anyway, set that to 0. Strictly speaking, this doesn't have to happen on the first iteration. So let's save 2 initial instructions. So that'll just happen on the reset. Okay, great. So you start at 0. Doing micro-optimizations before I'm sure I have my program design right. That's not the way to do it. It's fine. I think I can get away with that one. All right, so I read a signal from here. Doing a whole lot of signaling lately. It's fun. If my signal is to terminate, but in the -1 signal, then I should... No, yeah, also I moved this over here. If I am terminating, then I should shuffle this value along to output, that value, the value in back, move back down, reset ACK. You're not going to be running into any time pressure in particular. Yeah, you'll have a tiny bit. Okay, yeah, I'm just thinking about the timing of when exactly. Let's just do it now. Move -1 to the right to reset U. Okay? But if I'm not terminating, then I want to add right. And in order to add right, I have to move a 0 to the right to signal to give me back that value. Add right to ACK. Hang on, do you have something in back? Not yet. No, hold on. Do I need to do this? I feel like I do. Okay, so you're full of instructions. Let me hope I got this right, otherwise I'm going to have to compact my loops, labels and stuff. Let's look through this again. So move up to the right. So save this value over here in this little storage container. Read a signal. If it is not terminate, if it's 0 or greater, then I send the signal to return to me what I have saved in there. I swap back in here. I add the saved value, which you have by then returned to me. And then I save that again and back. Could do this, doesn't make a difference. Either way is fine. Just to be clear that I'm not pulling something out of back, I'm just storing to it. I'll change that to a save for clarity and for no other actual purpose. Okay, and then I go back to loop, which means, right, I've added one more. And then I need to either keep doing that or stop doing that based on what you say. Right, yeah, so if I terminate, I tell you to reset, and I pull the value out of back, and then I send it along. Then I reset, and continue. Looks great. It's slow, but it works. All right, gonna do terrible on cycle count. That's fine. Gonna do good on node count. Decent. I'm sure you could fold this into 4 nodes. That would not be actually all that hard. Just somehow fold this logic into here, but also have like a different signal for moving to the down. That'd be actually super easy, but slightly more effort than I want to go to right here. All right, let's just do this fast. Oh, my cycle count's not that much above average. No, that's close to average. Nice. Node count is average, instruction count around average. Nice! Okay, cool. Signal multiplier done. Cool stuff. All right, so many things here. Ooh, images. Gonna work with images next time. Nice. All right, I'm happy with this. Got some easy optimizations that could happen there. Didn't use the stack. Once again, I just really wish I could see other people's solutions after I've solved this, just to see, like, why would it be useful to use this? I don't know. I just don't know. It was not obvious to me when doing this. This was the most obvious solution that popped out to me at the beginning. And right, so if you want a node count optimization, you'd fold this into here. If you want a cycle count optimization, you'd probably do an initial filter on the two values that come in from here and swap them around so that the lesser one ends up here and the greater one ends up here. Then just shuffle all this logic down here because you'd have to do some processing in the pipeline earlier before you got to this part. Yeah, so that would give you better cycle count. I don't know what you do for instruction count, probably involve this somehow. Anyway, yeah, so great. That was cool. I'll see you next time to work with some images, I guess.